I mean, I think for me, moving makes me happy, and so I'd always run a little bit, but then being in nature just increases that feeling of happiness and peacefulness kind of exponentially. My name's Liza Howard. I live here in San Antonio, Texas, and I started trail running accidentally. A friend of mine said that we should go ahead and trail run together, and it was awesome. I loved every minute of it. And I did really well. It was kind of a random thing where all of a sudden you do something that you find out that, oh, not bad at this. And so, so I kept doing it, and I moved to San Antonio and didn't know anybody. And so went running and fell in with this tiny little trail running crowd at the time. And then it was just a bunch of peer pressure. It was like, hey, let's run 50 kilometers. And I didn't know how far that was. I was like, yeah. And then it was, let's run 50 miles. I was like, that sounds fun. And then it was 100 kilometers and then 100 miles. And yeah, and I've just loved it. And it's brought a bunch of wonderful people into my life. And so that became my community here in San Antonio. As a runner, you always feel that it's this very selfish endeavor. You know, you're going away by yourself, you know, maybe with some friends, but you're leaving your family, you're leaving, you know, some responsibilities to do this thing that you love, and it takes up a lot of time. Eventually, they get to this point where they want to make their running useful to other people. And so I was definitely at that point, and I had gained a little bit of attention from my running, and so really felt like, ooh, how could I potentially use this?
My name is Maya, and I had served as a medic in the Army for 8 years, and that was where the PTSD kind of stemmed from, was during my deployment to Iraq. I was introduced to the Band of Runners when a really good friend, Mike, he asked me if I would be interested in coming to the camp last year, and I just also turned to running, particularly trail running, as a way to help just deal with the things that I was struggling with. The Band of Runners, seriously has become family. And Liza and so many, literally all of them. There's not one of the mentors who I don't view as a brother or sister.
So my dad was in the Army, so that was my impetus. You know, I didn't serve, and so how could I be of service? And so then it just seemed very easy. I was actually running right here when the idea came to me of, hey, what about a trail running camp? I'm going to tell you a couple things, and then you'll break up into your A, B, C, D groups, and the lead mentors will let you know the lay of the land out there, and you'll figure out how you want to go about making the magic happen. Where we could kind of compress everything that happened as far as community building and establishing really strong relationships very quickly. How could we do that in 3 days or 4 days? And teach people how to trail run, because then how do you have an impact outside of just this one event, you know? And so if you teach people all these trail running skills, then they can go out to all these races where we can see them there, you know, and we can continue to help them. Initially, it was just all the folks who had mentored me, you know? These are exceptional people who know about trail running and know about how to get other people to excel, right? And so initially it was just oh, look at all my friends, I will introduce them to other people.
I'm Brian Ricketts, and I'm on the board Band of Runners. And when she started doing these camps 7 or 8 years ago, she asked me to, because it was local, to come help out, and been there ever since.
Hi, I'm Pam Smith, and I am one of the mentors here for a Band of Runners. Liza was a friend of mine that I knew through ultra running, and when she was organizing this, she invited me to come because of my experience ultra running. And Liza just has such a passion for this that it was hard not to get swept up in her wave of enthusiasm, and it was certainly impossible to say no to.
So remember that KT tape does what? What does KT tape do? It stretches. So giddy up, giddy up.
This should be in your kit. It is extremely powerful. Right? You're in the spot. Right out, right. I want them to feel like this door has been opened for them, that, oh, there is this community that I can plug into very easily, like that, I can just walk through this door and I have access to the community. Because that's one of the biggest things, like have this, an easy way, like here are all these people who are so accepting, and there are all these different things I can do. I can run, I can volunteer, and so I just want them to feel that there's this opportunity and it's easy to go do this thing. And then just wanting to share Texas with folks, because I think that people don't realize how much good trail running there is and how hard the trail running can be here as well.
It's rocky, very rocky.
The rocks can be a little challenging. And I know for some of the veterans as well, but I think sometimes the challenge is also what makes it interesting.
So kind of that combination of technical terrain, really hot, kind of an angry plant environment, makes for a community that is pretty, I don't know how to describe it, like pretty willing to do almost anything, and kind of take things in stride.
My name's Elliot Howard, and I am married to Liza Howard. I mean, it is such a uniquely beautiful place in a beautiful part of the world that I think a lot of people underappreciate. And this site in particular, the headwaters of the Frio River, it is a special thing to get to hang out here for a little while.
What makes a good mentor is somebody who wants to share the thing that brings them joy. And that's who all these people are coming to this camp. Like trail running has changed their lives, impacted their lives in a really important way, be it because it helps them manage their depression or helps them deal with other challenges in their lives. But whatever that is, like they have this and they want to be able to share that to other people.
Like trail running for me is really symbolic of life, because a lot of these runs out, there's times where it is raining and then it's literally pouring rain during the run, and in life there's storms and there's hills. I don't know, this is like a beautiful metaphor to me, and it kind of clears my mind.
Trail running lays that foundation for something that we do have in common. We're all out here enjoying nature. We're pushing ourselves. We're going through some lows sometimes, but we also get to experience those highs of the accomplishment and stuff. And I think all of that combined experience really bonds us all together. And I think that's what people take from this, is that connection that they feel and the fact that they then feel like they're part of something.